Yes, he was about to go to bed before they realized they promised nearly 400 people that they were going to make a Wednesday video. Yeah, that's right. I forgot it was Tuesday. This week is going by quickly. Today, we are going to work towards earning perfect investigation bonuses. I'm going to do that 5 times. That's where that number just keeps going up. You're probably only going to see a few of them. I'm going to try to make it not every other, but we're gonna work on this. That way sometimes you guys get the longer videos and sometimes I get to keep my sanity. So with that being said, first perfect investigation bonus we are going to do is going to be on professional. I realize, especially on my channel, it's been a long time since I did anything as close to covering not the basics but the principle of the game, if you would. So professional, I don't even remember what level you unlock this mode at, but essentially you don't get any more of the babysitting from the game and you just have to get the ghost. You don't get sit-up time, you don't get anything nice like that. We're going to start this one off on Tanglewood because that makes sense for the most part. I'm going to give myself a lot of nice stuff because I can and I want to. Ooh, I can upgrade some stuff too. Let's go to the shop. What can I upgrade? Oh yeah, listen to that power-up noise. Spending over $9,000 now, especially on this. But the tier 2 head equipment's really nice. Might turn that into a ringtone. Probably already is a ringtone, honestly. There we go, let's go back to quick loadouts. Disable loadout. Everything back to 1, everything all the way up as far as we can get it to go. What do I want? 1, 2 for most things. Salt I want 3, don't care about most of this. Photo cam, don't care about another of those. Motion sensor, do you want 2 more of those? It can be handy at times. Incense, I want all of those. Lighters, I'm up to tier 2, so I don't even need 2, but we'll go with 2 just in case. Headgear's fine. Firelight, that we can lose pretty quickly trying to test for Onryos. Crucifixes is already set to 2. Was that flashlight? Don't even need 2 of those. You go ahead and enable that. We are still plenty rich. Look at all the stuff I've got. Let's start this shindig. I'm going to try to turn on some lights once in a while. This timer up here, for those of you who are extra new, is your setup timer. This timer depends especially what mode you come in on. Has a set time. I think the longest one is like 5 minutes. And then it goes from amateur to intermediate. I think it goes down to like 2 minutes. Don't quote me on that. You probably know if you're going to start the game and start playing it, you'll know exactly what it is. So that timer starts going down the second you open that door. That timer will start clicking away. You probably would have noticed that. I believe it was the previous weekly challenge. I mentioned that at the very end because this is when I realized that timer even existed again. We have our objectives here. If you want perfect investigation bonuses, you need to get all 3 objectives. I believe you need to get all 3-star photos, and you need 10 photos total to fill up the book. You can also come over here to the overview tab and look at your objectives here, in case you're inside the house and don't feel like running all the way back out to the van. Although if you're brand new, you're probably going to be spending a lot of time in the van. Anything professional and below, you get 3 evidence for the ghost, and that helps you identify exactly what ghost type you have. There we go. Apparently, if I choose just the right combination, you don't get any ghost type. So let's say you had freezing temperatures, dots projector, and EMF level 5, you would have an Oni. There's no other ghost you could mistake that for. There is one ghost you do need to watch out for, so say you have this combination, you have the Mimic. But let's say the ghost didn't ever want to really seem to give you a spirit box, but you noticed ghost orbs. It might not be a Hantu. You need to keep trying for spirit box for just a little bit longer. If you keep doing that, or you get a hunt and you notice some of the Hantu traits and abilities, which every ghost has several traits and abilities, and I am not going to list all of those in this video, then you could definitely say Hantu. Or if the ghost has, say, Revenant Speed 1 hunt and then Diogen traits and abilities the next hunt, you could easily say it is the Mimic. So we'll go through here, unmark all of those guys. I'm going to put on my headgear. That way we have a flashlight for you guys to be able to actually see. I'm going to go ahead and grab my lighter. And now I can hold 3 items in my hand. The headgear does not take up a slot. And now, thanks to some recent update, the lighter does not take up a slot. They do have some nice physics in here. Rain puts out the lighter. Pretty great. Aside from that, these are your evidence items. Pretty much this beam here separates evidence items from non-evidence items, excluding the tripod, the flashlight, kind of, and the photo cam, also kind of. Actually, I bet you could probably use like a tier 2 or tier 3 tripod in order to test for a poltergeist. I should try to do some investigation into that. That'd be pretty cool. I also just realized that there was some it's not M-block. What is that? Picatinny rails on these flashlights. That's also pretty cool. Well, go ahead and mount one of those spotlights at the bottom of the 12 gauge. Anyway, so it's pretty much up to you and your personality and how you do things on which evidence items you take in, or if you're going to be a support person and take in other things like the salt, smudge stick, crucifix, firelights, parabolic, sound sensors. Pretty much nobody uses sound sensors because there's not really a good use for them yet. Motion sensors is sometimes part of an objective. Let's see what we have. Repel the ghost with incense while it's chasing someone. That means smudge it during a hunt. While it, like, I'll be doing it here so you get a better idea, but you gotta smudge it while you have your heartbeat pounding. The ghost needs to have a line of sight on you. Get average sanity below 25%. On single player, this is really easy because your average is right there. On multiplayer, everybody's sanity averages together. So if you have one person in the house the entire time and their sanity is 0, and you got 3 people out here in the truck and their sanity is 100%, your average sanity is going to be 75%. So you got to convince those people who like to camp in the truck to go inside and, you know, drain their sanity just a little bit. Have a member of your team escape the ghost during a hunt. Basically, you should be able to get this the same time you're doing the repel objective. Essentially, the ghost, again, needs to have line of sight on you. You'll hear the heartbeat noise in your earbuds, headphones, or speakers. Sorry, very burpy today. Anyway, so you need to have that happen, and then you need to escape from the ghost. If you don't have that happen, you won't get that objective unless you kind of glitch the ghost a little bit. You can, of course, still view your weekly tasks here and your daily tasks here. Aside from that, we're going to go ahead and get started climbing in here and seeing what we can find. My go-to is a thermo, sometimes. This kind of changes based on how I feel in the given moment, but the thermo helps you find the ghost room before you start draining your sanity and the ghost starts getting more active and trying to hunt. When you do find the ghost room, I like to put down a writing book, and I like to check for spirit box. It's not that spirit box is more likely to respond, but if you have a yokai, it's less likely to get you hunted while you're trying to figure out the ghost type. So we're going to climb on in here with these 3 evidence items and our 2 supporting items, awesomely. Of course, keep an earball out for... This doesn't necessarily mean the ghost is in the entryway, but it heavily suggests it. This is a good idea to check for hiding spaces. Touched a door somewhere. I didn't get to see the door getting touched, unfortunately. But we know somewhere in this area is a ghost. We do have a decent hiding space right here, which is going to be quite nice. I'm going to check around here a little bit. I believe I just heard the ghost touch a light switch or throw something. I normally wouldn't be wasting all of this time trying to hunt down the ghost room. I'd be going for the breaker, hunting down the bone, that kind of thing. In this case, I think the ghost is right about here. Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? You can see that little X flashing up. That means that the game is hearing me and the ghost is not responding. That's just something to be wary of. Place down the writing book. You can see this range around it. That is the range that the ghost has to be inside of to interact with it. You can just click on some of this equipment and turn it on and off as you go. I again am draining my sanity quite quickly, so I need to work on getting the power on. There are a number of cursed possessions. I believe I actually have a video talking about some of these. I'm briefly scanning. There is a Ouija board right over there. Since I dropped that equipment upstairs, I'm going to go grab that. You can take a photo of the cursed possession. Some cursed possessions you can take a photo once you have used them in order to get an interaction photo. Ouija board is one of them, but it is costly to do so, as it costs you sanity to use it. So there is those 3 items in there. We're going to go and grab another 3 evidence items, bring them inside, set them up as is appropriate. We're going to inspect our sanity, averaging 75, pretty much 75 on the dot right now. That will fluctuate quite a bit. This is going down to 73. I think it was 76 or 77. So yeah, 76 again right there. We're going to go ahead and slap that on there. We're going to go grab one of you. You do need a hand free, so if I do this, I'm pressing E right now. I can't pick that up. Hand free, you can pick up the tripod with the camera already on it. Trying to remember. This will be easy enough to work with. 75% sanity is less than likely to get hunted, but there are some ghosts that'll hunt you even at 100% sanity, so don't play your luck too much. There's those guys. We do still need to find that bone. I need to go grab a photo cam. I might even take medication. Even though we're on professional, it should be relatively safe for me anyway, but just for the sake of sanity, pun intended, because it's called sanity medication. I don't remember what percentages they all give you, but they all have different effects. Like the tier 1 takes like, I don't know, 30 seconds almost to fully activate. The pills take 10 seconds to fully activate, and then from there it just gets quicker. And I think the final one, which is the injection, gives you a stamina boost as well for a short amount of time. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. This will be the last of the evidence items. Well, technically the UV is the last of the evidence items. What else do I want to grab? I will grab a smudge, I suppose, just for keeping myself safe. The top in here. So, we want to find the bone and get a photo of that. Keeping an ear out real quick. Let me check with the thermal, see what the temperature is in here. When you turn the breaker on, the whole house should start warming up. So the room that is the coldest will definitely be the ghost room. Hall's not the coldest. I mean, I guess it is technically, barely. It could be here. It's not much of a fluctuation though. This is definitely the living room. No ghosts in there. And the ghosts do have the ability. Oh, it's in here. The ghosts do have the ability to wander around. This is something very much worth keeping in mind. The ghost did write in our book at some point and managed to get close enough to do so. So we do have an evidence piece already. I do want to keep those things on me at all times. We'll keep that over there. We'll bring this guy over here. And we will grab our video cam and we will check for another piece of evidence real quick. For this, turn off the light, have the night vision on the video cam. It turned on a light in this room here. That is something worth noting. One of the ghosts is incapable of turning on lights. That is the mayor. That effect, oh, it's actually in the bathroom. That's an interesting one. Hardly ever get a ghost in the bathroom. Technically, barely in the bathroom. So, we now have a better idea where the ghost is. We'll set the dots up appropriate so that it's right in the threshold. If it's coldest in here, the ghost orbs are showing up mostly in the bathroom, then maybe it is colder in the bathroom. It is not. It's about the same temperature. It's unfortunate. Go ahead and walk in here, just toss something. Got our ghost photo. That works for me. I am basically trying at the worst possible time case you're wondering, that annoying ass noise on my is the head cam on my forehead. Let's grab a photo of that and a photo of that before we inevitably forget. I do not believe it touching these was sufficient enough for us to get ultraviolet evidence. Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? They don't appear to be getting Spirit Box. The event that is done twice now is called an Airball a Ghost event. That, the only ghost that cannot do that... Okay, that's getting annoying, but we need to leave that on for a little bit. The only ghost that cannot do that is an Oni, so that does rule out Oni. If you wanted to in your book, you could pop up here and rule that out. You can do that at any difficulty in the game. Anytime that happens, you can just rule out Oni, which is perfect. There is our bone. This does spawn in random locations, and sometimes it kind of sucks because it falls through the map, or at least it seems to do so. We have been getting a lot of ghost events. This usually indicates Oni, which we've ruled out because of the event that it's done. They like to do loads of events. We can look at this graph here. It's EMF 4. Not going to mean anything for us. EMF 5 would give us the evidence we would want. Our sanity is about 65-ish%. Not really going in any particular order in what I'm talking about, just going through kind of narrating what I'm experiencing and what my thought process is. So because of the events, no Oni. Because of it turning on a light, no mare. It could be a mimic, and that is something to keep an eye out for, because we did get ghost orbs and we did get ghost writing. Oh look, ghost writing. Actually, technically, ghost orbs is not evidence of a mimic, which is dumb. Kind of. That's the mimic's thing. It tricks you with those. The mimic itself is Spirit Box, Ultraviolet, and Freezing Temps. The only reason I know that so well is because it's killed me so times and I've gotten it wrong so many times. But essentially the mimic will always have one evidence more than the difficulty you're playing. So if you're playing a difficulty that has 3 evidences for the ghost, which is pretty much, what is that? Professional and below, the mimic will have 4. If you're playing all the way up to 0 sanity, 0 evidence, the mimic will still have ghost orbs, so it is worthwhile to occasionally check for those. That way you don't get duped by one. But so far, we do not have freezing temps, we have ghost writing, and we have ghost orbs. We do not have Spirit Box, so this should be a Thay. Thays are quite active, especially if you're not around them, kind of, sort of. The more you're in the ghost room with the ghost, the less active they become over time, and the more longer you are away from them, the more active they will become. Supposedly they're the fastest ghosts if you're not around them when they start hunting, and they do not speed up with line of sight, as you may notice with other ghosts where they'll start off like walking speed, and with them seeing you, they'll eventually get to running speed or even higher. There's 2 ghosts that do not speed up with line of sight, and that is the Hantu and the Thay. The Hantu speed is dependent on the temperature of the room it is in. The colder the room, the faster the ghost. So with the breaker off, the ghost will always be the fastest it possibly can be on that map. If you are really lucky and have a nice warm map, that ghost will pretty much never be fast, which is beautiful. It will also have cold breath on the ghost model itself in any room, so long as the breaker is off. So if you're confused of what's going on, you turn off the breaker and you start seeing the ghost model have cold breath, as you saw me have in that bedroom. That means you probably got a Hantu or it's a mimic. Remember, we talked about that. I think it's we'll maybe look at that later, but there's like 3 or 4 ghosts that the mimic evidence looks like when you think you have ghost orbs. So it kind of gets a little bit difficult. So we're going to mark that out. We're pretty sure we don't have Spirit Box. We are pretty sure we are not going to get freezing temperatures. Well, if we don't mark these out, we still couldn't get merit because it turned on a light. We have a potential chance for Revenant, and I do need to drain my sanity. So we will be going to the Ouija board and asking it some questions. I still need more photos. We have collected the bone. Let's go check on those. 3 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars. Perfect. And those are our most unique photos that we can get right off the bat as well. From here, it is interactions and things of that nature, like door touches. The cheap way to get more photos, and I'll show you this one, is to place salt, all of it on one pile. Oh, did it turn off my breaker? That dick. Place salt, all of it on one pile, and that is going to be more than sufficient, because you can take 3 photos at the exact same spot. And that's literally just that. You get those photos and you're done. And you could do that for all 3 salt containers. So on the tier 1 salt, you can get 6 easy photos. On the tier 2, which is what I have, and eventually the tier 3 salt, you can get 9 photos just of the salt, just by the ghost walking through it. And if you're really smart and you set that up with the ultraviolet, and the ghost has ultraviolet as evidence, not only will you be able to see that, you will also be able to take a photo of one of the footprints, get all 10 photos right off the bat, just like that. I think for the sake of this and keeping things simple, we are going to take the salt in, and we'll get 6 photos. We already got 4, so that'll finish us off there for photos. There's nothing more we could really work towards at this moment anyway. I can then drop the photo cam and grab another smudge stick, which I would love to have. Technically, the last evidence for Thay should be dots, so we will also try to get dots. Doing another ghost event. Again, they love to do those, Thays do. So, I'm gonna go ahead and slap that light back on. We're actually gonna go ahead and grab this video cam, bring it back here. I want to kill... Oh, I'm dead. I didn't even have time to react to turn off, or to light my smudge. So that's a Thay. That's just the speed of a Thay. Like Usain Bolt. At the start of the hunt, the ghost knew where I was because of my headgear still being turned on. I tried to turn it off before going into that room, but it remembers where you were. So it went there, and then immediately... I think my game froze. It went there, and then immediately kept going. So that sucked quite a bit. We only got normal investigation bonus. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, that is basically a quick tutorial of how Phasmo works. The objectives you have to work towards, the things you have to do, and if you want to get perfect investigation bonus, what you have to really go for. That was... I don't think that was a terribly low amount of sanity for that ghost to hunt at, or a terribly high amount. So I think that was a roughly average, and I think the Thay is also capable of hunting rather early, so well above 50% sanity. I think we were at about 60 when we were in there. All we had to do was get the ghost correct, which we would have eventually, since it was a Thay, we would have eventually seen dots in that room, and then we just would have needed to get those last 6 photos, which we would have been able to get from the salt. The reason... because that was the ghost room. The reason the ghost didn't hunt in the ghost room is because they had just done an event in the living room. When a ghost does an event, the ghost literally gets teleported to that area to do the event. And then once the event stops, the ghost has to roam back in order to go back to the ghost room. They don't really just get teleported, but they do really want to stay in their room. It's kind of weird to explain. There's one ghost that is very... Actually, this is important for several ghosts. But there's one that's really important because it trips up a lot of people, and that is the Goryo. Now, I've not looked at the game code or anything, so I'm kind of just talking from what I feel is my experience. But the Goryo, its trait is it doesn't change its favorite room. So if this case is its favorite room, it can do events, it can wander other places, and it can hunt from other places because the hunt starts from where the ghost model is. You can basically imagine the ghost model... or the ghost itself as this a NPC that's walking around. Sometimes it does, or sometimes it has objectives, sometimes it has things that it like does, like stalk people, like a banshee. Other times it just walks around aimlessly and doesn't do anything else on top of that. So even a Gorio will do this, but they tend to come back to their favorite room quite quickly. But if they do a ghost event over here, or they wander out of the ghost room and then hunt, you can't really start counting that as the favorite room. The ghost's favorite room will be the room that is coldest in the entire location. That's how you know what that ghost's favorite room is. So, all that being said, I have a massive mosquito bite almost on my elbow, and it sucks. Where are we at in the recording? Is this going to be a long one anyway? This is going to be a long one anyway. We're going to do another one of these for funsies, just because I like it, guys, that much. And I also want to get the perfect investigation bonuses eventually, so we are going to bump this up to Nightmare, because the perfect investigation bonus does get multiplied by the rewards multiplier. Do I even want to bump it up to Insanity? Nah, we'll leave it at Nightmare. That should be fun. And we're going to upgrade from Tanglewood to Willow Street, because I like houses that have 2 floors instead of 3. Basements included. So, Nightmare, you lose your sanity monitor, you lose your activity monitor in the truck, and you do not get to see the breaker location on your map. I believe... I don't think you would normally see this one on here. I believe you would still see camera locations on the map, ones that are built in. We'll talk about that probably some other day. Mentioned it a few times. An awesome subscriber pointed it out one day and changed my life forever. She's amazing, basically. Anyway, trying to remember what items I normally take in. It's been one of those kinds of days. I was honestly about to go to bed and I realized I have a video I gotta put out like 10 a.m. tomorrow. And it is 7:30 p.m. right now. And I gotta get up at 4:45 a.m. to go to work. Isn't life great? Alright, let's grab these 3. Let's get in here. We want to hunt down this ghost room as quick as possible. The ghost can hunt as soon as we walk in here if it just hates us that much. Something we need to be very aware of. But we are going to be walking in here at 100% sanity. Something we need to be very mindful of. We're aiming for perfect investigation. We want to. There's our bone already. Easy peasy. We want to find this breaker. Does not appear to be here. There is a cursed possession on this map. Breaker is going to be in the basement on this. Just toss the ball in the kids' room there, so we know where the ghost room is already. It is very active ghosts. Not good for us. It means it's likely going to drain our sanity pretty quick as we get near it. So we need to get this breaker on ASAP. Oh, by the way, after you turn on the power, the ghost is totally capable of just moving around those mannequins. Don't know where you got to take a photo on those in order for it to count, but it's kind of creepy as hell. So, pretty sure the ghost is in here. Cold breath immediately. Not freezing temps though yet. Go ahead, set this stuff down. Are you here? Are you close? By the way, that doesn't actually work in here because the light is on. No voodoo doll. Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Is it in here or is it in the hall? Alright, it's in here. So I tried that. It didn't really want to give me what I wanted in that moment. We will live with it. Let's go and grab some more stuff. Cursed position. Where is that? That was... Tarot cards? Music box would be here. Tarot cards. Okay, that works for me. Probably won't... Yeah, we definitely won't pull any for this. But, I was just getting confused with what the hell the cursed possession was. So we have cursed possession. We have bone location already planned out. And I have 3 spaces in my inventory. And we still have... Should definitely have at least 80% or so sanity. So we want to get in here with this salt. We want to get this salt down. I did not even look at my objectives. We need a ghost photo for one of them. So we'll actually toss that salt. I want to walk in here with the photo camera equipped. Just in case it decides to give us the chance for a ghost photo. The ghost photo is now tied to your book. So if you fill up your book with photos and then try to take the ghost photo, you will lose, or you will not get that objective. There's that photo. There's that. Let's pick up that bone. Are you here? Show yourself. Are you here? Are you close? Where are you? Show yourself. Do something. Are you here? Are you close? Show yourself. Do something. The game is programmed to hunt down or to listen for certain voice commands, more or less. Those are some of them. It can interpret from others as well. Do want to avoid having to get the ghost photo from a hunt, as that is very difficult. Especially if it's a phantom. Even more especially if it's an Oni, because it blinks twice as fast. What are the other objectives? Repel and prevent with a crucifix. Crucifix helps with photos, so we'll take one of these in. I guess we'll take in the dots. Eventually we'll take in a video cam with a tripod. The ghosts definitely seem to start out active, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on now. When you're into the building, you do want to be conservative with your stamina. In case the ghost suddenly decides to start hunting, you don't want to be caught in a position where you can't run. It's either Wraith or it has not tried to walk out of this room. That'll suffice for now. Is it still in here? Should be. There are some tarot cards you could pull, such as the Devil card, which will force a ghost event in the room you are currently in, I believe. And that one will be very useful for the ghost photo. Need to be careful about taking that one though, because some ghost events go by very quickly. I've had them last as quick as like half, if not even a quarter of a second, so very quickly. What do I have? So I can carry what? This and this in here, and then we just need to take UV in. We still have not had gotten our one piece of evidence, so we're still looking for it. That ball has managed to roll very far, and I do mean very far. So the ghost changed rooms. I mean, it was still fairly cold in here. Oh, no, it's still in here. That works. Technically, I could take a photo of that. That's a very risky thing to do. I'd rather just take a photo of the salt, honestly. I'm going to go grab the other dots. Oh, I could take EMF for that, though. Only 2. Gonna toss that up there with the writing book. Gonna toss the photo cam down there. I need to be very specific with the ghost photo. If I have a smudge, the photo cam, and then pull tarot cards, I should be able to, I don't know if I can manage to pull a double card without pulling a hanged man. I should be able to use that trick I was just discussing. So this is pretty much the last thing we need to work towards. With the tier 2 and tier 3, you can rotate the camera on the tripod, which is beautiful. Don't see any ghost orbs. When you're working on Nightmare or above, where they start removing evidence, you can no longer go in and mark off evidence. So that kind of sucks, because you don't know what evidence they're just not giving you, more or less. So we still need to print with the crucifix. We still need to repel. I should definitely be taking in a smudge stick at this point in the game. Oh, and I have an extra spot still. Do I have a crucifix? I have a crucifix in there already. So what do I want to take in? This would help me know if it's a wraith, I guess. I've watched the motion sensor pop off and the salt doesn't get stepped in. It would suck because I still need to make up 6 photos, but I can get those from interactions. I think that ball's still rolling around. Physics in this game are not exactly perfect. Some of it is based on geometry. But yeah, either this ghost is just straight up not leaving this room, or it's a wraith. Because wraith can walk through salt, but they will not leave salt footprints. We should still eventually get some piece of evidence. Not that I recall exactly what evidence a wraith gives. Probably go ahead and turn that thing off. Just in case. Don't want to end up dying for no good reason. Still coldest in here. I've not really let my sanity drain much at all so far, so probably not going to help speed things along any. I'm going to try Spirit Box again. Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Should be able to get UV from this. We did not. Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Five, 6. Alright, what do I need now? So far all the photos are good to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still need a ghost photo. Still not getting Spirit Box. Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Gonna put those dots over there. Kick this light back on. Because I stepped in that salt, we know it is not a wraith. So far, based on ghost, kind of want to check that. Sometimes they won't leave footprints, but they will leave fingerprints. I wish things were a little bit more definitive than that. But, like I said, game's not perfect quite yet. So we have Ultraviolet. That works, because that removes quite a lot of ghosts from the registry. Ultraviolet, no ghost orbs, means no mimic. Obake is forced. There's a few ghosts I should mention now that are forced. Oh, wait, I'm on Nightmare. I get 2 evidences. Ooh, I thought it was something there for a second. Let me hop out of the house and think about this. Yeah, sorry, I thought I was on Insanity. That was going to really help me out right there. No, we're on Nightmare. Although we still don't have ghost orbs, so that still means no mimic. But Hantu, no matter what, has freezing temperatures, unless of course you're on no evidence. Goryo will have dots. Obake will have ultraviolet. Raiju, I believe, will have EMF 5. Moroi will have Spirit Box. I believe that is all of them that are forced to have an evidence. Those are a few things that help out quite a lot in a lot of instances. I think that light's still on in that room, isn't it? Yes, it is. And there's still quite a lot of ghosts to mark off right now, so I can't rule out any evidences that it could be or could not be. So yeah, we got to get in there with another dots, double our chances to get that to show up. I'll probably position them a little bit better as well. Some of these ghosts are not going to be easy to tell from a hunt, such as Banshee, Demon, and Jin and Goryo. They're a little bit difficult to tell without doing some extra tricks. All that time we finally got Ultraviolet. This is how long it's taking to get any evidence. Go ahead and make sure, yep, that is good to go. So can I just... I can put that back. I'm going to do that way I don't forget that's on my head. I also want to pair this up with my lighter. Onryo is not on here, so I don't have to worry about doing a candle test. Kind of just talking to myself at this point. The ghost has pretty much stayed in the room, so I would honestly generally think that it is a Goryo. Hasn't tried to wander rooms, hasn't tried to do much of anything. It's wandered outside of the room, obviously, when it stepped in the salt. But that has been it so far. So maybe I should get it in there. And with the extra, I think I'll take one of these and another one of these, and we'll set these up. And that is all my items filled up. And let's see what we can make happen. No idea what my sanity is at this point. I've been trying to keep a mental track of it, but it has not been easy. I could definitely just try to either instigate a hunt by pulling tarot cards or sitting in a dark room. But where's the fun in that? I think that'll cover decent range there. That'll cover decent range there. Another tricky thing with the Goryo is you can't really be in the room in order to see the dots occur. You have to be outside of the ghost room, but not necessarily in the van. You also will only see the dots on video, not on in person. So if it is a dots ghost, we will be able to better clarify that here. I have also noticed that Goryos love to hide their dots. Alright, I think I have a better idea on how to do this. Kind of have to use a lot of your own ingenuity in this kind of testing situations. Would be a decent idea to check this on occasion because, oh, what is it? Obake would be EMF 5. No writing book yet. No crucifix yet either. I was saying something that sounded really important. Not going to be ghost writing. Still only EMF 3. The Obake has a % chance of giving a 6-fingered handprint. Starting to throw around a lot more stuff as I'm talking in here, but yokai is not an option. There's also clearly no ghost orbs. I'm not familiar with which. Whoop, we got dots. You saw that? I only got dots on video, but not in person. Any other ghost would have showed dots both times. So, we still need 2 photos. One of them needs to be the ghost photo, and we cannot use dots for the ghost photo. That's going to be the tricky part. But we do know for sure Goryo is the only ghost that can do that, especially because it requires dots. It could never be a mimic. Mimic can mimic Goryo, and can mimic the Goryo's ability to do that, so you need to be careful about that. Oh wait, no, it can't mimic the Goryo's ability to do that because it can't mimic an evidence. That's right. My brain is not working at full capacity right now. So right now we need 2 photos. We need to prevent a hunt with a crucifix, and get a ghost photo, which is the important one, and repel with the smudge stick. So I have a smudge stick and a lighter in hand already. We need to get in there with another crucifix because I need to start doing some ballsy crap. Like staying in there and waiting for the ghost event so I can take a ghost photo. Yeah, that's not going to be fun. Glad I decided to set that up, that way we could actually see that. Crucifix, repel, so I do need it to hunt as well, but I don't really want to try to force that. Yeah, there's not much else for me to do, is there? I have a whole extra slot and nothing to put in it with my hand. Oh, yeah, there is. Would not hurt to have an extra smudge stick. Never hurts to have an extra smudge stick. Drop this thing in here, hunt down the photo cam, have that at the ready. We do still need one more photo of pretty much anything we have not taken a photo of already. I could go and grab that salt, but considering we need to prevent a hunt with a crucifix anyway, we will go ahead and do that. We're going to place this one. You can see the range on this thing is massive. I'm going to place that one about there. Obviously the one in this room already is fairly large. We're gonna place that about there. Got my photo cam at the ready, so when it does a ghost event, I will be prepared for it. I can get a photo of that and turn it off. Damn, missed it. But I got that going good. We don't need any of this on anymore. With that light out, it is going to drain my sanity fairly quick, but I am thoroughly covered with crucifixes. I'm not scared, you're scared. I just need to be very careful to not jumpily take a ghost photo that's not going to be there. And now we also have to wait for another ghost event. That was a prime opportunity to take one, but I needed to make sure I had a clear shot for it. Because if I mess this up, then, well, we're basically screwed. Maybe we could still leave and get some decent amount of money, but we would not get perfect investigation, which is the entire point of this whole thing. So, show yourself. Give me a sign. Are you here? Show yourself. Give me a sign. Are you here? It's not what I want, and you know it. Show yourself. Give me a sign. Show yourself. Show yourself. Show yourself. Trying to really instigate a ghost event. Throwing a lot of stuff. Don't care about you throwing stuff. I want to see ya. Me staying in this room should also... I need to be careful not to take a photo of a burnt crucifix here in a minute. Or a second, rather. But yeah, me staying in this room, as dark as it is probably going to force the ghost to get more active and eventually hunt quite quickly. So I need to be out here now. Also, so I can actually see where the ghost is going to be, because if it does a shadow event in there, I'm not going to be able to see where its shadow is. Don't care about that, dude. I already know you're a Goryo. Come on. Show yourself. Show yourself. Give me a sign. Show yourself. I have push to talk on. So I have to initiate my microphone when I pick up a spirit box. But aside from that, when I'm talking like this now, the ghost can't hear me at all. So I have to actually push in the mic button in order for the ghost to hear me talking. Comes in handy when you're trying to hunt down a gore, or not a Goryo, a yokai, or if you want to talk during a hunt. So I could try to just pull the tarot cards. You could see what happens with that. It honestly might have to be the go-to. I don't need to be near the ghost room. I just needed to pop a crucifix. It's a Goryo, so it's gonna have to do so in the ghost room. Well, it doesn't have to, but it's not likely to roam. Alright, pull, scroll up, pull, scroll up. Give me the devil. Moon is helpful. I'm gonna scroll up anyway. This is the moon card drops your sanity to 0, so it is likely to hunt immediately. Of course, I still have crucifixes in there, but if it roams away from them or in a perfect spot, it could still try to hunt. It is also much more likely to do ghost events. Prevent the hunt with crucifix. Objective complete. And of course, that crucifix it just hunted with could be used again, and then I have another one out in the hall. I do need it to hunt eventually anyway, but I want to stay here and hope to get a ghost event. Actually, I could probably just do that from basically inside the ghost room. For the same reasons I just mentioned. There is our ghost photo. And now I have both of these, right? Yeah. Now I just need to repel while it hunts. Or as it's hunting. I need to remove these crucifixes from its room. Carefully. Because now it could hunt. Don't want to extract that in the middle. I'm going to leave this door open and be right here, so as soon as it walks out of the room, it will have line of sight of me. Come here, I can smudge it and go straight over there to that hiding space. Just walked out of the room, and I'm at 0 sanity, and it doesn't have the crucifixes affecting it. That's it hunting. You can also hear it lock the door. I do need it to walk out of the room. That should be effective. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, I am on push to talk. You'll know it's done hunting when the lights turn off, and if you're hunting or if you're doing this with the breaker off, good luck basically. But that should be perfect investigation. Again, going over the photos, we got all 3 stars. We took a photo of the bone. You don't need to take a photo of the bone, but if you do take a photo of the bone, then you subconsciously and logically know you did pick up the bone, so you don't have to worry about it, because picking it up is a requirement for perfect investigation. We got our 6 salt photos, which could have easily taken these places, but we did need the ghost photo for the objective. All 3 objectives are required for perfect investigation. We filled it up with unique interaction. On top of that, we got dots, but only on video and not in person, so we know for a fact that it is Goryo. We are good to go, people. This was perfect investigation on nightmare difficulty. L to the yeah. Suck it, Faye. This actually wasn't that even bad of a Goryo. Normally I have a much harder time getting any dots information from them. And for doing that on Nightmare, perfect investigation bonus. You only get 1,800 bucks. I say only. For me, that's not very much because I do no sanity, no evidence on Camp Woodwind and try to get perfect investigation on that. But if you're just starting out the game, this was a pretty good tutorial on how to do this, especially for a Goryo. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I would love to run through all of these. I, again, need to be getting to bed, go work. Also, I would not do this 4 more times just for $500. Now, I would do this 5 more times, or 5 times total for $5,000. I don't know why we can't have multiples of those in the weeklies. I mean, it's not like, oh, well, people could just go and hammer out a ghost. Yeah, you could do that on Camp Woodwind. If that was a problem, that's where you would address that. I mean, I got caught up almost in a few groups, especially when I started out playing this game, where we just went to Camp Woodwind and 3 people stayed in the truck, basically. 1 person went out there, figured out the ghost, came back, told everybody, and we all just got like 4 to 5 grand per game. And it only took like... They had that one on a crazy difficulty multiplier, but the person was basically sacrificial. So we did get, honestly, like $45,000 to $5,000 per game, and each game took maybe a minute to 2 minutes. So that was pretty crazy and pretty quick. It'd be even quicker now because the lighter doesn't take up a inventory slot, and you can carry an extra smudge stick on you. So things to be knowledgeable of. Anyway, I don't recall if I said, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you could like, comment, or subscribe, I would appreciate it, because anything that you can do for the channel helps me put more back into the channel for you. All that being said, I will see you next time. Have a good one.